Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are students from Group 1 in class UNGS 1201 Sustainable Development Issues, Policies and Practices would like to share about our final project titled Hygiene Aspect in IIUM Cafeterias. Hygiene, without a doubt, is one of the main pillars of our life system. Hygiene plays a huge role in making sure that people can live in a safe and sustainable community. For the past few generations, we had experienced dozens of worldwide diseases where most of them are mainly due to the unhealthy and ignorance of people towards hygiene in many aspects of life. Some of it was caused by food poisoning, some of it caused by livestock contamination, and also some of it caused by flies and pests because of the gross and disgusting behavior of humans during the old times. Throughout history, we learn a lot about our mistakes and slowly try to change our lifestyle, thus improving our life. We started to eat clean food, take dumps, and pee at the appropriate place, and start to clean our surroundings more often. Little do we know, slowly we are starting to behave more humane and considerate to people around us. The awareness of how important hygiene is started to grow in all of us. But unfortunately, some part of humanity still refuses to see it as an important matter, or perhaps being ignorant towards hygienic matter. They might be our friends, our family, or even the management of certain places throughout the country. And here comes the big question: do cafeterias in IIUM take the hygiene aspect seriously? Given this big question from IIUM community, the answer for this question will be answered throughout the video. Now, let's move on to the 4 hygiene issues that we found during conducting our project. The 4 hygiene issues are about the level of cleanliness in IIUM cafeterias, pest problem, food wastage management, and the last one is halal status. The first issue is the level of cleanliness of IIUM cafeterias. All cafeterias and food premises should be clean and in a hygienic condition to avoid any bacteria or viruses that can be spread around the place and infecting human body. Bacteria and viruses can be spread easily and quickly in dirty areas. The second issue is the pest problem. Pest control is one of the most critical challenges in any food businesses. Pests such as flies and cockroaches can spread diseases to humans such as shigellosis, typhoid fever, E. coli, and cholera. Therefore, it is important to eliminate these kinds of pests from lingering around food premises. The third issue is about the food waste management. The food waste should be managed properly in order to avoid attraction of pests and diseases. In addition, if the food waste is not managed properly, it can release pungent smell, hence creating an unpleasant atmosphere for the customers to eat in. To add more, if the food waste is not managed properly, it can lead to biodiversity loss that will endanger our ecosystem. Fourth is regarding halal status. Hygiene is one of the important criteria to obtain halal certificate. In Islam, halal is a necessity for Muslims to ensure the food that they eat are permissible to consume. Halal does not only refer to the absence of alcohol and pork in the food, but it also refers to the cleanliness and the healthiness of the food. According to the survey and analysis conducted, there is an issue that needs the most attention, and it is a halal status issue. Based on the survey conducted, generally there are only half of the respondents, means 50% of it, who hold a halal certificate from JAKIM. The most significant issue about the ownership of halal certificate from JAKIM is most of the respondents that didn't have a halal certificate from JAKIM are among the foreigners. Based on the analysis, 4 respondents means 40% of the respondents that have halal certificate are among the Malaysian citizenship. While among the foreigners, there were only 1 respondent, means 10% of the respondents who hold halal certificate. Furthermore, just 1 Malaysian respondent that didn't have halal certificate from JAKIM, and the other 4 international respondents didn't have halal certificate. According to the analysis, The procedure to apply halal certificate from JAKIM is difficult. Based on the question asked about whether the procedure to apply for halal certificate from JAKIM is easy and facilitate, generally the respondents who have tried to apply halal certificate from JAKIM stated that the procedure to apply it is not easy and not facilitate. 8 responses recorded and 6 respondents, 75% of the respondents, mentioned the procedure to apply the halal certificate is not facilitate and not easy. The other 2 respondents, means 25%, claims the procedure is easy. This is a factor that caused the halal status issue among the IIM cafeteria. The necessity of maintaining cafeteria sanitary standards cannot be overstated. Hygiene in cafeteria is important not only to protect the health and safety of your staff and guests, but it also helps to establish the cafeteria's brand image. Customers prefer to eat in a clean cafeteria that offers sanitary meals, particularly during the coronavirus outbreak. If a customer thinks the cafeteria is unhygienic or dirty, they will quickly abandon it. Reports about a cafeteria's lack of sanitation are the worst kind of publicity a restaurant can get. According to the survey and analysis conducted, several issues needs an improvement to help create a safe environment for students and staff in IUM. Based on the situation and survey that have been conducted, many suggestions have been issued to improvise this issue. Suggestions have been listed for the cafeteria to improvise many aspects such as hygiene, food waste management, and halal status. About the hygiene aspect, premises should make sure that the staff are well educated on the importance of using glove, hairnet, and washing hand while preparing and serving food. Differentiate the kitchen utensils for each of the food, such as this one is for meat, that one for poultry, and another one is for seafood. Clean them with hot soapy water afterwards to kill bacteria. People that encounter food should look clean and presentable to preserve the cleanliness of the food that will be served. Food waste management in IUM cafeteria could be improvised by keeping the food waste areas clean and tidy to prevent pests from lingering in the cafeteria. Next, increase the regulation of food waste disposal to avoid pest breeding and separate the dry and wet waste to avoid smelly or gross smell that may attract the pests. IUM's management should give an order and warning to the food premises that do not have halal status will not be allowed to operate in the cafeteria. While the IUM International Institute for Halal Research in HAT may cooperate alongside with JAKIM to consider the halal status certificate to be given out to the premises in IUM. If the action does not make any change, students could report this issue to JAKIM directly for necessary actions. Finally, we are reaching to the end of this video. Bringing back the question, do IUM cafeterias take the hygiene aspect seriously? The answer is yes, but at the same time, no. We can see that some stalls or cafes completely take this matter seriously, but at the same time, some of it takes this matter lightly. The aspect that they take lightly doesn't involve the process of making the food. It is more at preference as Muslim to eat at a place with a proper halal certificate by JAKIM. This matter should not be taken lightly, because halal is one of the benchmarks to determine whether the food that we consume is safe, clean, and healthy to eat. Other than that, judging by the survey and research that we have done, we can conclude that most of the food sold at cafeterias and stalls in the IUM Gombak campus is safe to be consumed. To make it better, the hygiene condition at those cafes and stalls were not being handled alone by the sellers, but also being handled by IUM hygiene management themselves. IUM provided a way and method of food waste disposal to the workers and sellers. With the collaboration with the outside garbage management, the garbage dump at every cafeteria is being cleaned daily. With that, we hope that everyone will take hygiene aspect as a priority, not just in cafeterias, but at all places and also at all times. Thank you for watching this video. Be safe and take care. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.